Hi everyone! Today, I'll be talking about the similarities and differences, mostly the differences, between the black and white and colorized versions of two different cartoons. The first one will be Disney's Orphans Benefit, and the second one will be Warner Brothers' Porky's Bedtime Story, later renamed Tock Tuckered. First, let's start with Orphans Benefit. To start with, the character designs were redone in the 1941 release of the short. Before, the characters were more primitive, while here, the designs are smoother. The audio from the 1941 short is the same as the one from the 1934 short. The 1934 short is the first time we see Donald Duck interact with Mickey Mouse, giving the audience a chance to see the characters' approach between them. Finally, the major difference is that in the 1934 short, Donald says, "Ah, nuts," at the end. But in the 1941 short, he says, "Ah, phooey." Next, onto Porky's Bedtime Story and Tock Tuckered. Other than the coloration differences, the biggest difference is Porky's sidekick between the two. In the black and white cartoon, it's Gabby Goat, and in the colorized version, it's Daffy Duck. Now for those of you who might not be familiar, Gabby Goat used to be a Looney Tunes star back in the late 1930s, but unfortunately he was discontinued because the studio felt his bad attitude didn't make him a very likable character. Although, he is still somewhat remembered, especially since his name was referenced in the newest Looney Tunes movie at the time of this video, The Day the Earth Blew Up. Anyway, back to the similarities and differences. Originally, Porky and Gabby worked together at a company called Peter Piper's Pickled Peppers, but in the colorized short, Porky and Daffy worked at an aircraft company. Porky and Gabby's boss was an anthropomorphic dog, while Porky and Daffy's boss was a human. Gabby had a hard time with his punch card, but Daffy mischievously moves the clock's hands back to make it seem like he got in earlier. In the original, there's a time card saying, "that night," but in the new version, there's cursive writing on the bottom. In the original, Gabby says, "that's a fine time to go to bed," but in the remake, Daffy says, "this is a swell time to hit the hay." The catfight scene plays similarly, but afterwards, Porky has an encounter with a fly and accidentally hits Gabby with a pillow trying to swat it. This was cut in Tock Tuckered. With the moon shining in Porky's eyes, he closes the blinds, but the moon shifts to the window across from him. In the remake, Daffy wakes up and shoots the moon with a shotgun, taking it out, much to his surprise. During the thunderstorm, Porky says in the original, 2 o'clock, boy, what a night, in an ordinary voice, but he whispers the line in the new one. This next change is more minor, but in the original, Gabby looks at Porky suspecting he wet the bed when a slow leak drops from the ceiling onto the bed. But Daffy's animation on this was slightly different. The next morning, when they get ready for work, Gabby says, 6 o'clock, let's hurry, we don't want to be late. But Daffy's lines were a bit more gibberish-like. In the original, when they find out the office is closed for the day, Porky and Gabby shrug their shoulders and head back home. But in the new version, when they find out the news, Porky says, "Why, Daffy, we don't have to work today." And Daffy responds by saying, "Now he tells me," beating himself up in the process. Finally, at the end, when the alarm clock rings for the final time, Porky smashes it with a mallet in the original, while he shoots it with a shotgun in the remake. And there you have it, a compare and contrast of these two shorts. Or would that be 4 shorts? I don't know. Which of these shorts do you prefer? Do you prefer black and white or colorized shorts? Let me know in the comments below.